Let me know that you're here. I see you. I see you. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all, I forgot to put my lipstick on this morning. Y'all, give me just a minute. Can I? Do y'all mind? Listen, this is from one of my clients, Yochi Cosmetics. Yochi, Yoche. She sent me this. I need to put on the t-shirt she gave me too. Yochi Cosmetics. Look at this. I'm working this lipstick, y'all. I look like my mama trying to put on some lipstick. That is hilarious. Go ahead. Say hello to me. All right, here we go. There we go. Now, see, you ain't right till your lips are painted, as my mama would say, or grandmama would say. Now, my grandmama wasn't saying that. She didn't believe in paint your lips. All right. So money and mindset. Y'all, this won't be long. I just want to share just a couple of tidbits of information with you. And first of all, explain why am I doing this? You hear me talk about pivot to profit. You hear me talk about the power of entrepreneurship. Speaking of my mama, this is her calling me now. What's up, mama? I was just talking about you. I'm on Facebook Live. I will call you back when I finish. I love you, Mom. Listen. So we're talking about pivot to profit. Hey, Miss Bettis, how are you, my dear? And we've been talking about entrepreneurship, but can I share a news flash? And I got to get this out, right? If your mind is not right, your money will not be right. I need somebody to say, heck yeah, I agree. Whoever you are, come on, chat with me. Let me know. If your mind is not right, your money will not be right. And so many times we go into our amazing ventures, our amazing businesses. We start doing the work. We start because we're really good at that technical ability, whatever it is, right? If it's, you know how to do XYZ, you know how to organize events and parties, you know how to get people to rally around, you know how to put together mentorship groups, whatever is your niche and your talent, you are really good at that, right? And I salute each and every one of you. But can I tell you that if your mind is not right, you will not get the money? And come on, how many of you have amazing dreams and you find yourself giving away more than what you're receiving in? Now, I know it's a little bit of a paradox here because I'm going to talk about as we go through Pivot to Profit and preparing for that course launch, is that you got to give some things away. We want you to give some things away. But many of you are giving away so much and you've not learned how to monetize the things that you should monetize. And you know why? Because you got the imposter syndrome. Anybody feel like an imposter? You feel like nobody's going to buy anything from me. Who am I to think I can do X, Y, Z? And let me tell you where it shows itself is in the space of really maximizing the potential with your knowledge and your expertise. Guys, listen, let me just tell you, if you've got an expertise in a particular subject because of experience, because of you've walked that path, because of your education, because of whatever, realize that you are worlds above, higher than your client. They need your knowledge, right? They need your knowledge. And so you've got to realize that you are prepared for that particular moment, but you got to get your mindset right. You've got to make the adjustments in your mind in order to be able to show up authentically, to be able to show up in presence and in influence. And you know what? Let's just say it, in confidence and in power, right? Because nobody wants to, if you come across as weak and unsure and why am I here? Who wants to buy from you? I'm not buying from somebody that's not confident in what they're doing, that don't know their stuff. I want to buy from somebody who I know there's going to be a transformation. Listen, key word, transformation of knowledge, right? But that means you got to be confident in who you are and you got to work that mindset. So today, when we talk about, as we talk about the mindset lesson, I just want to talk a little bit about how important it is to realize that your mind has to be right. So you need to look at what are those things that you are telling yourself that are defeating you, that are stopping you from getting to your next level. What voices, oh, excuse me, y'all. What voices are happening in your head? What messages are running awry in your brain? What are you telling yourself, right? And let me just give you a news flash. Stop expecting your family and your friends to be your sole support of your business. They are great as your cheerleaders on the sideline, but don't try and build a business around just their support. You got to dig a little deeper and really determine who is, you guys know I talk about it, who is my PBC. You got to have that personal buying customer. You got to have that person that you have targeted and realize this is who I'm going after. And guys, you're putting pressure on family and friends to support you, but they're not your customer. And so then when they don't support you or when they don't show up, you start sending those messages back to your brain. Maybe my product is not good enough. Maybe my services are not warranted. Maybe I'm charging too much. Oh, come on. How many of you had those conversations with yourself, right? You put yourself out there and people don't respond in the way that you think they ought to respond. Y'all, listen, let me just, you listen, do not build your thoughts on how successful your business will be based on the response of social media and your social media friends. You got to dig in and position your message to find the customer that is looking for you. Who is my personal buying customer? Because if you don't do that, you're going to continue to regurgitate messages within your own brain that my product is not worthy. And when you say my product is not worthy, guess what that message sends to your psyche? I'm not worthy. What I'm not doing is of value. What I'm doing is not of value. That I'm not. And you start personalizing and internalizing that experience. And guess what? If you haven't dealt with rejection, if you haven't dealt with fear, if you haven't dealt with all of these simple messages, and I say simple but deep messages, really that go from childhood up, you will start to self-sabotage your own business. You will start to self-sabotage. So don't be lazy. Do the work. Go find your PBC. Define that individual. Go discover what is it that I'm really looking for and do the work from the inside out. Right? We do the work from the outside in, but now I need you to do the work from the inside out. I need you to realize that there is something on the inside of you and there's a call and a purpose for entrepreneurship, and it's going to resonate with a particular audience. Who is that audience? Why will you resonate with that audience? What are you offering that audience that hits their pain point? What solutions can you provide to their problems? So stop looking for this external validation, because that's what many people look for. They'll post something on social media and man, they want validation. No, boo, you don't need that. That's not what's going to grow you to a sustainable six-figure business. Can I tell you that if I'll never forget when I opened Edible Arrangements. First of all, ain't nobody ever had ever heard of it. Like it was what are you doing? Because there were no commercials. There was no anything. There were a few ads in magazines like Good Housekeeping. Right. So when I say I'm opening Edible Arrangements, people are like, what? We never heard of that. The closest one was Atlanta, and there were only 2 stores at that point in Atlanta. So it was very new. Guys, if I was seeking validation, I would have never did that. If I was seeking somebody to tell me that this is this, and this, I would have never, because I didn't get that. In fact, what I got was, you're going to be out of business in 6 months. In fact, what I got was, we don't need this in our city. Y'all, this is from people at the chamber. In fact, what I got was a whole bunch of roadblocks when it was time to build it out. In fact, what I got was, oh, okay, whatever. Who gonna buy fruit on a stick? Right? Stop looking for external validation. You know, I had an interesting conversation with Dr. Cindy Trim. And in that conversation, she said something to me, and I said it back to her, and I thanked her, because so many times we are seeking affirmation. We want somebody to affirm our dream, to affirm that we're on the right path, to affirm that we're doing the right steps. But how and when was the last time you affirmed yourself? When was the last time that you looked in the mirror and said, "Nah, you got this, baby girl"? When was the last time that you said to yourself, "I am on the right path. I am doing the things that I need to be doing"? When was the last time you affirmed you? So stop looking for outside validation and start building internal affirmation. We're talking mindset, because you can't get to the money till you work that mindset, guys. And stop looking for external validation and start looking for internal affirmation. Have you affirmed yourself today? Do you believe you are worthy? See, that's the problem. When I ask, as I'm coaching, how much money do you want to make? Right? Come on, take a minute, grab a sheet of paper, pull out the notepad on your phone. I don't care. How much money do you want to make a year? What is that number for you? Now, how many of you thought a number but wrote a lower number? Or how many of you thought a number but said maybe that's too much and you lowered it? Right? How many of you said, you wrote a high number and said, "I can't get there"? See, you have already limited your ability, and it was all in your mind. Your physical self can never show up in a place that your mind has never been. You have to affirm yourself on the inside. Now, how many of you wrote a number and you believe it, and you are putting in place a framework to help you accomplish it? Because if you don't believe that number, you can't achieve that number. If you don't believe that number, you can't get there. Y'all, my number is way up. And you know what? It took me a long time to embrace that number. Now, this is after, I've had prophets and this and that and people to walk up to me. It has been spoken and said, and oh my goodness, right? But as much as they were saying it, I had not believed it. Y'all, I had a girlfriend to walk up to me one day, and we were talking, and she said, "You know, you're meant for multiple 7 figures." And I said, "I do." She said, "No, you don't believe that." She said, "Why you just say that and you don't really believe it?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You don't believe it." So y'all know me. I'm a little stubborn, right? So I'm getting ready to go toe to toe with her. Like, "What you mean I don't believe that?" And that's where I went with that. Like, how dare you tell me that I don't believe that? I got home. Y'all, I am always in the mirror, not in the way that you think. I am always in the mirror of self-examination. I literally want to be better today than I was yesterday. And to some degree, I overanalyze my actions, my thoughts, my this, my that, but not as much, right? Because I kind of stopped that process. That's a different story. And so, but when I get home, I get in the mirror and I said, okay, do I really not believe that? And then I realized that there was some trauma that was associated with that feeling. There was some trauma that was associated with, so in my mind, of whom much is given, much is required. That was creating a block for me. Because what if I don't want to meet the requirements? Oh, y'all better act like y'all hear me today. What if I don't want to meet the requirements? What if I'm just tired and I just want to be? So that created a block for me because of whom much is given, much is required. For me, I was associating that with trauma, that I got to go through this arduous process and that it's just going to leave me weak and drained and this and that. But what if that process leaves me fulfilled, free? What if that process leaves me being able to help more people in this world than I ever imagined? What if that process leaves me in a place and in a space where I can impact the world? Is it worth it? Heck yeah. See, I had to switch and reframe the thought that I had surrounding the process. Because I kept hearing, of whom much is given, much is required. I don't want to pay the price. So some of you are quitting on yourself because you don't want to pay the price. You don't want to go through the ridicule. You want everybody to be in love with you. You don't want to have to tell your friend that, no, I can't give you any more free advice. My services cost X amount of dollars per hour. You don't want to have to tell people that you love that they can't pull from you all the time and without getting that invoice, without you floating that invoice into their mailbox. But that's okay. Because you've got to get to the point where you realize that your process, you paid a price for that process. You paid a price for everything that you're putting out into the universe. And it's absolutely okay to monetize it. Whoo! Some of y'all, I just lost you right then. I just lost you. And that's okay. Catch up when you're ready. It is absolutely okay for you to monetize your gifts, your knowledge, your education, your whatever. It is okay. What do you think? How do you think? Oh, I'm not going to get biblical here, but what do you think and how do you think? Like that's what it's there for, right? Go back, do some research, do some study. Stop limiting your ability by thinking you have to give everything away. And people ought to appreciate that enough to pay for your talent, to pay for what you bring to the table, to pay for your gifts and abilities. But you got to get it in your mindset that you're worthy of that process, that what you've endured, that what you've experienced, that all of that puts you uniquely positioned to show up in a way with your business and get paid for it. And get paid for it. If you can't get the mindset right, you'll never get the money right. You got to work. You need to every single day do something to work on your mindset. I have affirmations. I affirm me. When I feel like I'm having a blue day, I got my affirmations. So because sometimes I don't want to read them. Sometimes I'm stubborn with myself. So guess what I did? I bypassed my own internal ability and I recorded them. And so when I'm having that day, there's a part of me that says, just push play. And I push play and I hear those affirmations in my voice speaking to me, saying, you go, girl, you got this. Number one, I will. I got my own affirmations playing on a tape recorder on my phone. So all I got to do is push play. I want to encourage you to do the same. I want to encourage you to show up and realize you are worth every single moment that you are about to accomplish, that your business is worth it, that your goals are worth it, and that you will get everything you dream of. Look at that dollar amount again that you wrote on your paper. Look at that dollar amount. Take some time and look at that amount and tell me, what does it feel like? What does that feel like to realize you're making $250,000 in your business, $500,000 in your business, $1 million, multiple millions in your business? Look at that number. I want you to take a moment and be in that moment. What does it look like to say, I'm making $50,000 in my side hustle? Because some of you, that may be as large as you can see it right now. And that's okay. Stick around me long enough and you're going to keep going higher. Some of you may say six figures, $100,000. I'm $8,333 every single month is hitting my bank account from my business. Sit in that moment. $20,833 every single month is hitting my business. I'm generating 5 figures in my business. What if you were generating at least $10,000 a month in your business? And y'all know I did the math breakdown, because sometimes we say 10,000 and we make that seem so difficult. I was trying to find my notes on the breakdown, but I don't have it in front of me. But take your product. And let's say you got a product that's, I don't know, $20. Let's just do simple math. So if I got a product that's $20, divided by 20, that means I got to sell 500 of them. And then I divide that by 30 days out of the month. That means I just got to sell 16 a day. So can you move 16 books a day? Can you move 16 coaching packages a day? Yeah, I think you can if you worked it. Right? Or let's say your product is $40, right? Then that means I only got to do 8. So it's always a matter of what your pricing is as well. Don't limit your ability. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So your mind may be able to perceive not 10,000 a month, but let me sell 5 widgets today. Let me sell 5 books today. So now my plan is, how do I sell 5 books today? See, you can't just launch it and don't show up for it. You got to push that thing. You got to be like, the Kirby vacuum cleaner man. Anybody remember the Kirby vacuum cleaner man? Man, dude was showing up with vacuum cleaners hitting every house on the street. Neighbors used to call each other, here. If don't open your door unless you want a vacuum cleaner demonstration. How many of you remember the encyclopedia man showing up on the street, hitting every house on the street? So y'all show up one time and you got an audience of 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 on social media. Everybody ain't seen your stuff. So you got to keep showing up. You got to be consistent with that thing. You got to make sure that you are expanding your market and your territory. You can't grow without expansion. You got to expand the market and the territory to find your PBC. Y'all know I get excited. I am over my 20-minute mark. I don't want to keep you. Money and mindset. We've got a 5-day challenge, y'all. My development team they like, Michelle, please don't give us nothing else to do. So of course, you guys know I went live on Sunday and I said, okay, we're going to do a 5-day challenge. And then I went back to my team and I said, I need y'all to create a 5-day challenge. So they're like, okay, but we're in the middle of, no excuses, no excuses. So thank goodness they responded and they're working on it. We had some more changes that I put in place on yesterday. So we're very close to rolling out. This is what I get. And you know what? My team loves it because we work on the fly. I want to make sure I'm meeting your needs. So we are on the cusp of finishing what needs to be finished so that we can roll out the 5-day money mindset challenge. If you are not on the list, Go ahead, drop your email address here so that I can add you to the list. I don't want you to miss this, so that I can add you to the list to be a part of our 5-day money mindset challenge. It is going to be fantastic. I am so excited. Show up with a journal and a planner so that you can take those lessons and transition them and do some amazing work for yourself. But drop your email address if you want to be added to the challenge. And so half of my team is in San Francisco and yeah, we're working on different time zones. So it's pretty interesting, but half the team is in San Francisco. So we should get it finished today, tomorrow time frame. All right. I love y'all madly. Have a good day. Happy Wednesday. Let's make it a winning Wednesday, right? And let me tell you the way you win. Thank you. I see your emails. Thank you so much. Let me tell you how you make it a winning Wednesday. And I'm going to tell you what I've determined today, just for me today. Gratitude. Gratitude. I am moving through this day with a sense of unmeasurable gratitude. I'm going to express gratitude when I feel frustrated, when I feel like my plans aren't, when I feel like whatever would try, I'm going to switch that into an attitude of gratitude, because at the end of the day, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for where I am, for who I am, and that I'm connected to an amazing group of people just like you. So it's all about gratitude today. Y'all have a happy Wednesday. Thank you all so much. Hey, I didn't get to say good morning, everybody. Anita, I see you. Princess, hello. Jennifer, Yoakley, what's going on? Miss Bettis, I think I spoke to you. Hello, everybody. I've got your email address. Lance Chapman, how are you, my dear? Okay, I see all of the email addresses as well. I love y'all. Have a good day.